Welcome to this Friday's edition of Evening Review. My name is Klage, and joining me telephonically from Ludritz is Sakaria Kandenge, the founder of TPNA. Welcome to the Evening Review once again, Sakaria. How are you?
I'm very fine, Mr. Khone. How are you? Compliments for the new year.
Compliments to you as well. You recently launched TPNA. Just take us through the process. What led to you deciding to form this new political party?
Yes, I just recently launched a new political party within the Namibian political framework. It is called Team Progress Namibia, in other words, TPNA or TPNA. Team Progress Namibia is a party which is inspired by the Namibian Constitution, especially Article 17, which provides for the political freedom and freedom of political participation. It was launched on the 18th of November, actually, 2023. Yes.
Now, in terms of the arrangements, registering the party and so on, at what stage are you with the Electoral Commission of Namibia? In terms of formalizing the party.
Yes, we are carefully studying the processes and the requirements of the Electoral Commission of Namibia, and I can assure the Namibian nation that we are quite advanced at the level where we are now as far as meeting the requirements of ECN is concerned.
Given that it's an election here, don't you believe that there should be a bit more urgency to display a certain type of seriousness with regards to the establishment of this party of yours?
Yes, it is not actually formed or launched in the election year. It was launched last year. But this is the right time now to, bring about political ideas, provided that this is an election year. And as we move towards the election period, we will campaign and definitely show ourselves before the nation about what is expected of us as a political party, should we be voted for in the national elections.
And then yes. Just briefly outline your what is it, the Party Manifesto, to give the viewers an idea of what it is that you are standing for politically.
Yes, our manifesto is properly in line with the Namibian Constitution. It is probably the only political party so far with this kind of manifesto, because our manifesto is very unique and vibrant, and it's very practical in a manner that our manifesto explains clearly that we are going to implement things as they are provided for within the Namibian Constitution. For example, when we are talking about education, we're talking about free education, free of charge. And our manifesto means it as such. If you are saying something is for free, it should be for free. No charge should be inflicted in that regard. For example, when you're talking about education, when you say education is free, are you really going to implement, as now a person in government, are you now going to implement what you have said as a law of the country, or you are going to play around with the citizen and say, here the Constitution is saying education is for free. On the other side, you are also charging the learners hostel fees, school development funds, and so forth, when education is provided for as free of charge within the Namibian Constitution. So TPNA is going to focus on things as they are within the Namibian Constitution. Health is supposed to be quality health services free of charge, from primary health care up to the critical level of health services. So that is what TPNA is going to concentrate on. But we are also focusing on many other areas. Our international policies, for example, is very clear that our resources belong to Namibia as provided for within the Namibian constitution. And we are not going to play around with with the nation to say, yeah, our resources belongs to Namibian or belongs to Namibia and Namibians as provided for within the Constitution, Article 100. And on the other side, you are bringing about people from outside to come and exploit our resources at the expense of the Namibian people. So it's a fully packed manifesto where somebody can able to reach us and then you read and understand. And I will guarantee you that it is definitely the best so far that we know.
Mm.
Yes.
Would you mind maybe just letting the audience or the viewers into your other policy positions with regards now to the topical issues that Namibians have to face on a daily basis?
Yes, we are talking about issues such as youth unemployment. Youth unemployment, it's one of the critical issues that needs a serious attention. And we are not talking about youth unemployment. Our manifesto regarding that matter is based on skill to empower our young people when it comes to providing necessary skills so that we can able to work on our resources as provided for within the Namibian constitution. Yeah, because what we really need in Namibia to alleviate unemployment is to make sure that we understand the economy. Our economy is in a very advantage ground. It's standing on advantage ground because we are having the resources. All what we really need to do is to understand the economy as far as supply and demand is concerned, as far as growth at home is concerned, so that we can skill the people, our young people, so that they can already start to work on our resources and continue to, uplift their businesses and all these kind of things. Because the good thing about Namibia is that our young people are not lazy. That is why you see young people everywhere in Windhoek, in the north, in the south, everywhere you see young people trying to do something. If they are not having a small shop somewhere, they are busy trying to fix something as a source of income. So what they really need is just an empowerment in terms of skills, in terms of funds, in terms of implementation of the policies. When we're also talking about housing, for example, do you really want to tell me that the way the current government is playing around with people, because what they are trying to do now is it's not really solving anything when we are talking about settlement, planning, and housing. Housing in Namibia will only be resolved when you provide plots instead of providing, or promising people that you are going to build them houses. How many people you are going to build houses, for example, in Windhoek, if you are going to alleviate the problem of housing? How many people you are going to build housing for, like already finished housing? But the thing we're talking about here is make sure that you service plots for the people. Bring water, bring basic sanitation, bring basic electricity, and prepaid water, so that these people can able to build their own houses with their own time. Definitely at the standards of the municipality or whoever is running that county, that settlement. So that is our manifesto. This is quite different from everybody else because most of the political party right now are in government and they are not doing anything about all these issues that I'm talking about here, whether we are talking about housing, whether we are talking about all this service delivery, whether we are talking about youth unemployment, and all these kind of things. Look at Windhoek, for example, Walvis Bay or Shakati, all those big towns. There is a lot of people, bringing about their own markets. They just find their own open space because we are a country of open spaces. Our population is very small. That's why everywhere you go, you will be able to find open spaces everywhere. So people go, 20 young people, they find an open space, they put up, temporary structures so that they can able to do business. And then they see all business is good for kapana or whatever they are selling. But the government is coming to buy the kapana, government officials, I mean here, politicians for that matter. They are seeing these people need empowerment. Who is going to empower these people? It is us who are, having the capacity to reach tax revenue and take money from that tax revenue or social security or wherever their money is coming from, so that we can able to put up a proper structure for these young people with electricity, water, and everybody with their own quota. Everywhere where you see 20 young people selling something, make sure that you sort out those 20 young people. Then that is how the country is going to move forward. And that is exactly what is being stipulated as far as our manifesto is concerned.
I want to know, because I'm sure there's people, I'm curious, and I'm sure the Namibian public is also curious to know, apart from you, who are the faces behind, the names and faces behind Team Progress Namibia?
Yes, the only face behind Team Progress Namibia is the Namibian Constitution, which provides for, freedom of participations in politics, political activities, and democracy that we are enjoying in this country. So, and our constitution and the manifesto is based on the Namibian Constitution. So the faces of TPNA is only the constitution and definitely the Namibian people, including me as the founding president of TPNA, Team Progress Namibia. Our encouragement actually is just for the people to learn what is politics, to learn what is political participation, and understand that you must vote and align yourself to a political party based on their manifesto. When you are joining a political party, when you are voting, you must vote according to their manifesto. Make sure that you vote for the best manifesto. And as far as we are talking about the best manifesto, really, there is none right now as we are speaking, apart from the manifesto that we are having at Team Progress Namibia.
And then, so are you telling me that Team Progress Namibia is effectively a one-man show?
No, it's never a one-man show, because we are having members. It's a fully fledged political party, already launched, now in the process of, meeting the requirements of ECN so that we can participate in the elections like any other party, which is also in the process actually, because there's no party which is already gazetted by ECN anyway. We are just at the same level like any other party as far as election participation is concerned. The only thing is that some maybe are already registered, and we are still in the process to finish the process of registration, which we will definitely make sure that we follow all the requirements. It's a non-issue really at this stage. What the issue at this stage is only for the Namibian to understand that we are here. Team Progress Namibia is here, is presenting the best manifesto, best constitution. Make sure that you join Team Progress Namibia today if you really want a genuine development within the Namibian, within the Namibian context.
And you were saying that, I just want clarity on something that you mentioned a few moments ago, where you were saying that not all political parties are gazetted. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, no, right now, political parties still need to go to ECN and inform ECN that they are going to participate. They are willing to participate in the national elections. That is the only way that they are going to be gazetted to participate in the elections. Because ECN still gives an opportunity for some political party to exit so that they can give space to political parties such as mine, who are very serious about the election and political participation and development. Because I am saying this because there have been political parties that have been just hanging around there, and they are not doing anything. They haven't done anything for the country, and our advice really is for those political parties to exit. Yes, let them go to ECN and declare themselves that we are not available because we haven't done anything all those years. 30 years, we haven't done anything. Maybe it's a chance for those new political parties that are just coming up now so that, they can bring about their new ideas, their vibrant and strategic ideas to go forward. Because what is the use of you being in, year out, you are being elected. Sometimes you go on power, but you are doing nothing like we are seeing here. So my advice is actually for all political parties that have participated in the national election or the previous national elections and the current, whether it's National Assembly elections or, local elections, to please just exit because they haven't done anything. And even if they continue to register for themselves to be gazetted by ECN, it will be of no use because we are very much confident that they are still going to continue to do the same.
Mm.
Yes.
Do you care to mention which parties you think should, can you give us a list of names of the parties that you think should go to the ECN and tell them we don't think we should be standing for contention this year?
The party that I'm able to give around here is number 1, SWAPO Party of Namibia. Number 2, IPC. We are talking about NEF. We are talking about LPM, PDM, and all those other parties that have participated in the previous elections. Please, make sure that you exit so that you can give a chance to the political party, because we have already seen you not practicing what you have been preaching. Therefore, it is of no use for you guys to participate in the national elections anymore.
Mm.
Yes. Otherwise, if there's any other party that would like to move along, they must join us, like TPNA.
Mm.
If you are really serious, because we are one of the most serious political party in Namibia when we are talking about development. Please join us so that we can talk about this and then we see how we go about it.
Mm. You've been very vocal in your support for Ali Angula, who intends to stand as an independent candidate for the position of president. Yes. Can you explain why you are throwing all of your support behind her, and why are you not going yourself all the way to also stand as an IC?
Yes, I'm supporting Ali Angula because we understand that she is at the same level of understanding, at the same level of leadership as we are. And the good thing about Ali Angula is that she is standing as an independent candidate. And I'm here as a president of a political party. That is why we decided that we are going into a coalition agreement actually. We're in a coalition agreement actually with other political party, already registered political party like the one for Mr. Kennedy Ilonga is NEFC, to make sure that we support this independent candidate, because one thing about Namibia is that our government is being run by 3 pillars, that is executive, legislature, and judiciary. And we are advocating, for separation of power, so that a person who is in the executive is not necessarily supposed to be in the legislature. And we are sure that the judiciary is also going to be run smoothly alongside this political arrangement is provided for within the Namibian constitution. Because when an independent candidate is standing, he or she is providing themselves or is putting themselves in that position that everyone else, any other political party can support that person, because he's not aligned to any political parties. He's only campaigning to be a president. A political party can campaign to be into National Assembly and all these kind of things. And that is exactly what we are doing. TPNA is not campaigning. Me as a president of TPNA, I'm not campaigning to be the president of the country. I'm campaigning to be president, to be a leader in the National Assembly. It's a ruling party in the National Assembly with my team. So that we can able to work with an independent president who is acting independently there at the executive. That is going to be much easier because it's not going to jeopardize the work of the executive. Because if the executive is the one who is reporting to the legislature here at the parliament, there's going to be conflict of interest there because you are now reporting yourself. Just imagine you are a cabinet minister in the Ministry of Agriculture. You are reporting on the project to the parliament. And now you are reporting to yourself in parliament, in the legislature. So it's going to be much easier for the president to work with his cabinet. We need to look into that. Let us read the constitution and understand how those things operate, so that we can, the president can appoint whoever he want to work with in the executive, and people in parliament, they can continue making laws independently from the executive, and then the judiciary will make sure that implementation of the laws is effected as far as the justice system is concerned.
Sakaria, I want to ask one last question as we conclude.
Yeah.
You were a member of the Independent Patriots for Change, and you left. What is the reason why you left? Because I also remember at one point you put in your name for vice presidency in that party.
Yes, I contested for vice presidency. I contested actually for presidential candidate for that party. Yeah, if I could have won within IPC, I could have been the candidate for the national presidency right now as we are speaking. Yeah, but I've decided to resign from IPC basically because of the provision of the Namibian Constitution, Article 17, which provides for freedom of political participation and to align yourself with any political association. That is number one. Number two, there's also something that I'm not quite happy with, especially the leadership of IPC, because IPC, as I just said, IPC is in leadership now. They are in power in Wavespa and all those kind of areas. And what we have been fighting for really, and when you look at the complaint that is coming from the citizens, because you must also check at the complaints which is coming from the city, they are not happy with the leadership there. Therefore, I decided, no, I don't want to align myself with this political leadership at this level of time, because I am not satisfied with the work that they've been doing. According to their manifesto, according to the Namibian Constitution, according to how people should be treated, there's no change. How many years now have they been in power? Why should I align myself with such a political, formation? And the other thing also, within the party, I was in leadership positions there, and I was removed from leadership positions there and stuff, especially just after I contested that position within the party, which is for the presidential candidate.
Thank you very much for joining us on the Evening Review, Sakaria.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hone. Wish you a very productive new year, and to all the Namibian people, let us make sure that we vote wisely. Thank you.
That concludes the Evening Review. Bye-bye.
Bye.